Here we go. And like I said, 5 days away from the start of the NFL season, Cowboys Bucs Thursday Night Football in Tampa Bay. It's going to be absolutely great. Really interested what that line is. I have not looked at it yet. We are going to predict the line on Thursday show, Wednesday. I think we're going to bump it up to Wednesday show. We usually do that on Thursdays during the NFL season, but I think we're going to do that on Thursday where we guess and react to all the lines for the Week 1 matchups. But, I mean, we know this Bucs team is going to be absolutely fantastic. And so this Cowboys offense really can be fantastic. It's really going to come down to that defense. And is that defense going to be ready Week 1 to go against Tom Brady and everybody that's coming back, all 11 starters offensively back here, ready to rock in the same rhythm? So it's going to be real interesting what this spread is. Got to be big. It's got to be a big one. But we will break that down a little bit later in the week. But now everyone's kind of talking. We're getting some nice talks here of how people are feeling, how they're ready to rock and all that. So Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy says Tom Brady's longevity is what's most impressive. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the story every single offseason. Is Tom Brady going to drop off? Oh, it's going to be this season, definitely. Tom Brady, he can't be good this season. No, he was 40. He can't be good at 40. And then the year after, he can't be good at 41. And then the year after that, he can't be good at 42. And now here we are. Tom Brady is still kind of the greatest quarterback of all time. And what is he for? How old is he officially? Is it 44 or 43? Let's get that up real quick. I think he's 43. He's 44. Jeez Louise. So, yeah, I mean, 44-year-old Tom Brady out here, going to go do his thing on Thursday, but Mike McCarthy praises this man. So, let's go to this article. Let's get these quotes here by Mike McCarthy to see what he's truly saying about Tom Brady. And then we've got other people talking. We got Gronk talking, and we've got Dak Prescott talking about this upcoming season. So, let's see what Mike McCarthy first says here about Tom Brady and his respect for him. So let's get to this quote here. Let's read the lead up. In the previous 20 seasons, Brady's been a part of just one losing season, and it was his rookie year when he played in only one game for the Patriots. And then let's get into this quote here by Mike McCarthy. He says, quote, well, I think like anything, a lot of things about his game, but longevity. It's difficult to win a championship in this league. Mike McCarthy knows because he only got to one, and it was with Aaron Rodgers, and that was it. So, yeah, truly, I mean, we know, like we say all the time, folks, Tom Brady is the true outlier here in every single NFL record, stat, narrative, anything you talk about. Tom Brady's always going to be the outlier here. And, you know, that's exactly it. I mean, Drew Brees only got to one Super Bowl, won one Super Bowl. Big Ben got to two, won two. I mean, Aaron Rodgers got to one, won one. I mean, these quarterbacks, it's hard to get to multiple Super Bowls, let alone win them. And Tom Brady's been to 10 and won 7. So, truly the outlier here. And, you know, Mike McCarthy praises that. Let's continue going on here. Quotes, it's so difficult to win a Super Bowl, and the fact that he's won 7 is just unbelievable. Truly that. But I think my personal belief, the biggest challenge in this league is to have continued success, and we bring that up all the time, folks. Continued success. Anything bigger than like a 4-year period is a huge outlier. That's when we're starting to get kind of into the Hall of Fame. If you're better than like a 4-year stretch, we see this all the time. Ben Roethlisberger kind of went through 2 good 4-year stretches. That's how he won both of his Super Bowls. Tom Brady's the outlier, the Hall of Famer, the greatest of all time, multiple 4-year stretches. But when we're just talking about, you know, average-ish players, it's about a 4-year stretch. We just saw it with Cam Newton, an MVP, a Super Bowl appearance. But everything else, it's a little bit lackluster. So that continued sustained success at the top of your position. Just look at Richard Sherman. He had about a 4-year stretch with that Seahawks dynasty defensively. And what happened? He's not on a team right now. Not going to play this season, most likely, at least in the beginning. Probably week 1, he's not going to play. I'm sure he gets signed at some point this season. But continued success. Same thing with even Russell Wilson. Now, Russell Wilson's really great, but remember how great he was in the beginning of his career? 2 Super Bowl appearances kind of in his first 4 years, and now we've got this lull period with Russell Wilson. Can he get another great 4-year stretch at some point where he's getting to the Super Bowl every single season or most of the season and winning them? We're kind of entering Patrick Mahomes' kind of 4th season where he's already gotten to an AFC championship championship game, 2 Super Bowls, won 1. Now we're going to kind of see, does he kind of go the same path as Russell Wilson in a 4-year kind of stretch, or is he going to divert and do kind of a 5-6, and we'll see how long he can go at really the top of his game. So truly that Mike McCarthy truly understands, continued success is so hard in this league. Just look at what he was trying to do in Green Bay with him and Aaron Rodgers. They only got to 1 Super Bowl. They got to a couple NFC championship games. I think they got to 2 or 3 more. I think 2 more NFC championships games, but they lost them all. Still, once again, not getting to that Super Bowl because it is so freaking hard just to win regular season games, let alone playoff games, let alone NFC conference championship games, and then let alone the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl. So Mike McCarthy respects what Tom Brady does. Let's continue on with the quote. But I think my personal belief, the biggest challenge in this league is to have continued success, to have success and to play at the level for such a long period of time. To me, I think that's a tremendous quality, and he's living it and he eats it every day. You can just see just the way he goes about it from what you know, from what you hear about, not only his approach and where he is today, but to be able to do it at such a high level for such a long time. That's what I'm impressed with, and truly that's what I'm impressed with. That's why I truly say that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and I would probably say the greatest just NFL player of all time because of that long, sustainable, continued success at the highest level. And he wasn't having A1 tier 1 pieces every single season. It wasn't like it's this Bucs team with the Patriots dynasty. It's not like he had a Mike Evans and an Antonio Brown and a Chris Godwin and a Scotty Miller and a Cameron Bray and a Rob Gronkowski all on the same team for the last 20 years. He had Randy Moss for 2 years. Didn't win a Super Bowl. 1 season. Was it only 1 season? Didn't win a Super Bowl. He was winning, championship with Julian Edelman, and he still had Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, and that was kind of the bulk of it. He never had like an A1 tier 1 running game. He never had a Derrick Henry behind him. He never had really a Delvin Cook behind him. Just statistically wise, Delvin Cook hasn't really done anything winning wise, great wins in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl or anything like that. He never had like a Le'Veon Bell in his prime. So he was just working with what he was given, and he made the most out of it in 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 wins. So definitely got to give Tom Brady a ton of credit for that, and I love that Mike McCarthy respects that the most of what kind of Tom Brady is overall totality wise. So for that, we don't love Mike McCarthy, but for this quote, I can definitely respect him for saying this. So I absolutely love that. We get any more quotes here by Mike McCarthy? We get one more, so let's read the lead up here. Brady's longevity and ability to maintain an elite level are no doubt impressive, but might well be intimidating for a rebuilding Cowboys defense that has some young, inexperienced players on spots. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's the defensive coordinator here. He's got no stars on this team. Micah Parsons can definitely become a star, but it's like he's a rookie, and it's just one linebacker going to be enough to stop Tom Brady. So yeah, like we just kind of said in the beginning, this Cowboys offense should have they still should have a little bit of trouble because we all know that Bucs defense was great. And once again, all 11 starters defensively are coming back for the Bucs. Now, luckily for the Cowboys offense, they got stars all around them. We believe in Dak 100%. He's healthy, ready to rock. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, year 2. Watch out for that. Ezekiel Elliott's in the backfield, looking real great in Hard Knocks. Really should become back to kind of prime year, kind of 1-2 Ezekiel Elliott here. We're expecting big things, so it's really going to come down to this defense here for the Cowboys to stop Tom Brady. And I don't know if Dan Quinn's going to be up with it, folks. That's why, we have no problem imagining the Cowboys scoring in this game, but when it comes to the spread and how many points that the Bucs are really going to be swallowing according to the spread, it's really going to come down to that defense and how many stops can they get on that Bucs offense. I don't know if it's really any. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop them once. I think this Bucs team could honestly score every single possession. Obviously not touchdowns every single time because that would be great, and they could definitely do that. But some field goals here and there. But I don't think this Cowboys defense is really going to be able to stop this Bucs offense from like the 20s to the 20s. I'm not really seeing that. But let's get up to this last quote here. McCarthy doesn't necessarily view it that way. He thinks facing a talent such as Brady, particularly early in the season, is a valuable experience for a defense that must drastically improve should the Cowboys return to the postseason. Now, that's a great kind of outlook on this. This Cowboys defense can get a real great showing on what you have to do to win in this league. And if they can face a really great offense early on, that's definitely going to help them through the course of the regular season. And now, folks, just what we're saying with the Bears. Why not give Justin Fields this opportunity week 1? They're facing the Rams. Why wouldn't you want Justin Fields to go against the number 1 corner in the league and the number 1 edge rusher in the league, and Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey? If we're talking about experience under your belt week 1, that's the perfect time to start Justin Fields. So we're getting Mike McCarthy having this philosophy. Hey, we want this offense. We want this smoke. We want all the challenges week 1 because it's going to help us down the line in this long season that is the NFL. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Ask Billy B. He doesn't care about September wins, and he's the best coach in the league. Multiple years, Super Bowl, dynasty, 20 years. Come on. Hey, when you talk about the last 20 years in football, you have to talk about the Patriots. You have to talk about Bill Belichick. So if they're not kind of worried, if Bill Belichick's not worried about the first couple of games, just want to get that experience under your belt, Mike McCarthy having the same kind of idea here, going in week 1, facing the defending Super Bowl champions offense that is returning all 11 starters, that has, oh my goodness, deep depth at the playmakers positions, at the wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. And then you've got the granddaddy of them all, the GOAT, throwing and delivering the ball. But then we get Matt Nagy saying, yeah, we're not going to rock with Justin Fields because we don't want him to get injured on the offensive line because Aaron Donald, we don't want him running for his life. We don't want, Jalen Ramsey to kind of get in his head and pick him off and bat away the balls and all that. 2 of the coaches that we just talked about have Super Bowl rings. 1 is on the hot seat. I'm going to go with the guys that have the Super Bowl rings. So Matt Nagy, it seems like you're making the wrong choice here. So not great there. But let's get to this last quote here by Mike McCarthy. Quote, frankly, I think it's awesome for our younger players to experience this right out of the gate. When you have a chance to play against a championship quarterback, championship quarterbacks are different. They pose a whole different challenge to you. When you play the championship quarterbacks, you know that they're always going to be in the game. They're always going to be pressing your defense, and they'll definitely factor in the end of the game. I think with that, just as much experience as you can have as a young defender will definitely pay dividends moving forward. I think with that, just as much experience as you can have as a young defender will definitely pay dividends moving forward. The experience as you can have as a young defender will definitely pay dividends moving forward. Why is Matt Nagy not applying the same logic to Justin Fields? I don't get it, folks. You're going to hide your quarterback because of a good defense? I want my quarterback out there facing the best defenders in the league to get better, to learn from it. And if you have that on tape, if you have Jalen Ramsey, if you have Justin Fields versus Jalen Ramsey and Justin Fields versus Aaron Donald on tape at the very first game of the season, that is so valuable. I don't even care. You just have that on tape. Just play Justin Fields week 1 and then sit him for the rest of the year. Get that on tape. Get that on film so you have that so you can keep breaking it down. Keep getting better, keep fixing and correcting Justin Fields' maybe mistakes and seeing what he can do against this elite defense. Come on, Matt Nagy. Think. That's all you have to do is think. These are Super Bowl winning head coaches. We don't love Mike McCarthy, but he won a Super Bowl. We got to give him some respect in that regard. But folks, listen to what they're saying. These great coaches, these coaches that have won rings, they're all doing the same thing. Matt Nagy on the hot seat, potentially fired this year if he doesn't get the quarterback right, if he doesn't get the wins, if he doesn't get the play calling right. And he's going the opposite way. Don't love it. Don't love it at all. So that's Mike McCarthy. That's what he's saying about, Tom Brady and this Bucs getting ready for week 1. But now let's kind of talk about some Bucs players. Let's see what Rob Gronkowski's saying, because now this could be absolutely dangerous. This is what we've been saying all offseason, folks. This Bucs team could be so gosh dang dangerous because they're all returning and they're all familiar with each other, and the rhythm and timing is down and just getting better and better and better and sharper and more crisp. And now we're getting Rob Gronkowski, who's feeling like the top of the world right now. He's feeling great. Buccaneers tight end Rob Gronkowski on what's different for him this year compared to last year. He says, quote, "It just feels a lot more efficient this year." Oh my God, he's even more efficient this year than he was last year already, folks. Now, when we look at Rob Gronkowski's stats from last season, they are going to seem a little bit light, but we have to take into account just every single player in person on this team that was catching passes from Tom Brady. It wasn't like Gronk was back in New England when he was the number 1 option. Now Tom Brady's got Mike Evans and Antonio Brown and Scotty Miller and Chris Godwin. So Rob Gronkowski isn't going to be kind of the A1 tier 1 option out there. He can be, but it's just like you've got other great players around him as well. So Rob Gronkowski's stats from last season, 623 yards, which is still great. I mean, we've got tight ends around the league last season that, were kind of the main focal point of their offense, not even getting anywhere close to 623 yards. So Rob Gronkowski was still getting it done. 7 touchdowns. The man was absolutely getting it done. But now, he's saying, hey, I'm actually going to be more efficient than this season. Sheesh. You got to watch out for this Bucs team, folks. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So let's see what Rob Gronkowski is saying here and why he's feeling so much more efficient. So here we go. In a way emblematic of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a team, Rob Gronkowski truly found his stride toward the conclusion of a Super Bowl winning campaign last season. At the juncture last year, Gronkowski wasn't that far removed from retirement, so it naturally took him some time to find his way back to form. Now, the future Hall of Fame tight end is better acclimated with the Tampa Bay offense system and the temperatures and which could forecast improved fortune for Gronk in 2021. Quote here by Rob Gronkowski says, quote, "It feels good. Just coming in last year and trying to learn the playbook and be thinking when you get up to the line, it just feels a lot more efficient this year." Yes, sir. Once again, all 11 starters back. The rhythm, the chemistry, the timing between Tom Brady and the wide receivers and the tight ends catching the ball, and even the backfield, catching balls out of the backfield. That is getting more concise and crisp as this offseason progressed, as training camp progressed. They were all getting it done. There was no quarterback controversy here. There was no quarterback competition. There was no really competitions anywhere on the field because all the starters are coming back. They're just getting that depth cleaned up, and they're getting the timing and everything more concise and crisp here for the season. And Rob Gronkowski's feeling it as well. All right, we get one more quote here, so let's read the lead up. While Gronkowski came out of retirement after 1 year away to rejoin Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, there wasn't an abundance of differences to get accustomed to. Quote here by Gronk. Quote, "Dealing with the heat, that's definitely a factor, no doubt about it. Just knowing a whole new system, a whole new playbook, and knowing in the back of my mind now. So right when I break the huddle, I just go out there and just do what I got to do and just react as a football player instead of thinking. I just feel a lot better out there this year and just overall in terms. I just got to keep on working to improve every time. So less thinking, more reacting, using your natural instincts. Now that you know what you're doing out there, you just have to go and do it. I know what to do. Just got to go do it now. And that's what this Bucs team is going to be. Playing fast, playing loose, playing kind of improvisationally, improvising a little bit out there just because they all know what to do. So, man, oh man, this Bucs team, can't wait to see how they're looking week 1. It's just they're so good. Obviously, we want to see Tom Brady be great and potentially winning another ring. I mean, I'm not going to, be mad if Tom Brady wins another ring this season. I mean, like, if I'm watching the greatest of all time, I want to see it. And if you're going to win 8 championships, geez Louise, oh my goodness, I'll buckle up and I'll get the popcorn ready. It's going to be an absolutely amazing season. So we'll see what they do this year. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers can finally beat Tom Brady. We'll see if that's possible. But Rob Gronkowski feeling better, looking better, and just knowing the game better, knowing the playbook, knowing and is accustomed to the heat of Tampa Bay better, more efficient. Jeez, man. So as Rob Gronkowski, he's ready to rock. And now let's talk about Dak Prescott, baby. After the injury last season and the rehab and then the slight small setback that was the shoulder injury, everything is finally good now, and he's ready to get back on the field with this Cowboys team and is trying to win week 1 against his Bucs team. So let's hear from Dak Prescott and see what he's saying. So Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott says he's, quote, definitely ready for a season opener against the Bucs. And yeah, I mean, this man's got a lot, not a lot to prove, but a lot to just kind of just show, I would say. You know, getting the big deal. Everyone's worried. Is Dak healthy? Is he good? He's fine. He's healthy. We've cleared that up. We're not going to go into it anymore. But he's got, you know, a lot of the doubters in the media. Dak can't play. He just got this big deal. He's still injured, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Dak's just ready to go out there. We saw him in Hard Knocks. He's looking great. He's, you know, being that great leader. He's exceptional. I absolutely cannot wait to see what he's doing in actual game scenarios when it truly matters. So we hope he can live up to everything. We are truly assuming he can. But let's see what he's saying here, and let's get into some of these quotes here by Dak Prescott. So here we go. Having worked his way back from a minor shoulder strain that caused major storylines and concern for Dak Prescott is ready and raring to go for the NFL season opener on Thursday when the Cowboys face the Buccaneers. Says, quote, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. I'm excited. I've put a lot of work into get to this point. All right, so that was the first quote right there. He's excited, ready to rock. Having left his ankle ailment of a year ago behind him, so too now is his shoulder strain a thing of the past for Prescott, it would seem. Against the reigning Super Bowl champions, Prescott will be all systems go, head coach Mike McCarthy said right here, quote, he's a full go, and we talked about that yesterday. You know, hey, he's good to go. He's 100% healthy. Nothing, we can stop talking about the injury. All right, so we got one more quote here by Dak Prescott. Let's see. Let's read the lead up here. The two-time Pro Bowler has his sights on another sensational start to this year. Says, quote, I have high expectations for myself. I plan to come out starting fast. I plan to come out better than I was last year, to be honest. So, hey, you know, we got this Bucs team who's all kind of going to come out a little bit better than what they were at the start of last season, and Dak Prescott saying the same thing. Hey, you know, I've got more time to, you know, just learn this offense overall. Second year of Mike McCarthy, just knowing what he's going to be doing and how he coaches, and, you know, being away from the team and just kind of looking and learning from an outside kind of observer just perspective, since I wasn't in the huddle and in the play and in the game every single time because of the injury. Just able to learn from the outskirts and then taking what I learned and utilizing it in the training camp and in practices, so my team is all better. So watch out for Dak Prescott. And I want to talk about this quickly. We just talked about the Giants yesterday on the show and how, you know, Kenny Galladay is like, hey, we could potentially get off to a slow start. There's no even thinking like that here in the Cowboys stadium in this Cowboys organization, because Dak Prescott says, hey, I plan to come out starting fast. I plan to come out starting fast. Where the Giants were like, yeah, we could come out a little bit slow. So love that here by Dak Prescott. No doubt in this team, no doubt in himself, no doubt in his abilities, not worried about facing the best team in the NFL, the Bucs, the defending Super Bowl champions, the GOAT Tom Brady, in their star-studded cast of literally every single position. All 22 starters, offensively, defensively, are all studs. I don't know if we've ever had that, but the Bucs have done that, so give them credit. So Dak Prescott's not backing down, not shying away, and we absolutely love it. So is that it? All right, yeah, we get one more quote here, so let's read the lead up here. Prescott has been on track to be ready for the season opener for a few weeks now and was not on any pitch count during practice. Now all eyes, ankles, and shoulders, knees and toes, are all set on Tampa Bay. Says, quote, I'm excited to have that behind me. I don't think about the time that I've missed. I was just laughing the other day with a teammate about the moment that it happened. To be that far beyond it, I'm just excited to get back to football. Absolutely. Let's get ready. Let's get back to football come Thursday. 2 great offenses, 1 great defense, 1 great quarterback of all time, 2 Super Bowl winning head coaches. Dak Prescott coming off the injury, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, we've got star studs all across both of these teams, and the lights are going to be shining bright. The eyes are going to be absolutely on this game 100%, and we'll see who gets the last laugh. Can Dak Prescott outplay Tom Brady? Because that's what it's going to take for this Cowboys team to defeat this overall juggernaut that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So everybody's ready to rock. There's no excuses. Everybody feels good. Everybody's feeling better than what they were last season. Everybody's feeling better than what they were 2 days ago. Everybody is feeling ready to rock and beat the other team right here. We've heard from the coaches. We've heard from the players. And now it's just time to put up or shut up. Let's see what they go out there and do on Thursday. But that's what we've got, folks. They're all ready to rock. No excuses. No slow starts. Hey, we're going to be out there and we're going to want to win this game. We're going to be ready to win this game. Let's go out and do it. So, Bucs, Cowboys, Thursday. Who wins it? It's going to be close. Maybe. If Dan Quinn can coach his defense. We'll see. We haven't heard from Dan Quinn. Kind of wish we heard from Dan Quinn, no? I want to know what Dan Quinn's saying about this. Is he as optimistic as everybody else? It'd be tough. I don't want to face that. If I was Dan Quinn, I'd be like, yeah, I don't even know, honestly. Jeez. Have you seen their team? I don't even know. If I bring, 11 Hall of Fame defenders, best defenders of all time, would they be able to stop Tom Brady in this juggernaut offense that is the Bucs? So, we'll see, folks, but everybody's ready to rock, so we can get behind it.